Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Jake here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be ranking all the coasters here at one of my home parks and one of my favorite amusement parks in the world, Six Flags Great Adventure. This park's amazing. It's got coasters, it's got flat rides, it's got it all for you. Also, it has good food too, just saying. And yeah, we're going to be ranking all the coasters today from top tier and to terrible to show you guys which ones I recommend and which ones I would save for later. So yeah, guys. Welcome to the video, and let's get to the intro.
Now get ready, here we go.
Alright, everybody, let's go on today. We're going to be ranking every coaster at Six Flags Great Adventure in 4 tiers. Top tier, which means my favorite in the park, some of the best coasters in the park. Enjoy it, which means I enjoy it. I'll go on it when it's there. Below average, it's mid, it's average. I'll go on it, but it's not the best coaster in the park. And then terrible, you know what terrible means. It's one of the worst coasters in the park, and I don't enjoy it as much as I do as the other coasters. And yeah, so Six Flags isn't got much bad roller coasters here because its lineup is stacked for the most part. And so yeah, let's get into this. Batman the Ride. Batman the Ride is a clone that a lot of Six Flags parks have. So you can go on this ride at a lot of different Six Flags parks. But, it's a fun ride. It's a fun inverted coaster. So, when I'm walking through that area with, like, Nitro Jersey Devil Batman, and it's there, it's open, lining out the door, I'll go on it. It's a fun ride. Also, it has that cool new orange paint scheme, which gives it a couple points for me. Stands out compared to some of the other clones. I enjoy it. I'll always go on it when it's open and it's there. Harley Quinn Crazy Train. This one's a family coaster. Actually, the ride train is a really unique ride train because it's a family coaster, but the train goes through the whole length of the station. It's like probably about like 15 cars, if I had to take a guess. 15 cars. And it's a pretty fast family coaster. It goes 2 laps. And I like the theming of Harley Quinn Crazy Train, and I also like how they placed it right next to Joker, kind of to go with the movies in DC. It's not my worst favorite coaster in the park, and I think it's good for younger thrill seekers that are looking to take that next step to get ready for some of the bigger coasters. So I'll put it at below average because, when Joker's right there, I'm going with Joker instead of that. But yeah. The Dark Knight. Okay, so the Dark Knight is actually a indoor Wild Mouse coaster, and a lot of people say this, and I'm going to say this too. It's probably my favorite Wild Mouse, because, a lot of you guys know what a Wild Mouse is. It's a standard coaster that most of the time has around the same layout. It just goes around, goes around. This one is inside. It has theming along the turns and where it goes that straight part after the lift. There's some show scenes based off the Dark Knight movie, and the queue is also super themed in the Dark Knight movie. And if you watch DC and you've watched the movie, you can definitely tell that it's based off that. So if there was a tier between below average and enjoy it, it'd go there. But I enjoy it because of the theming. If it wasn't themed, then it'd be below average, but the theming puts it at enjoy it for me. Okay, El Toro. I think for most people this isn't going to be a question. Top tier. I've seen many people who have ridden all sorts of roller coasters all around the world, and a lot of them have El Toro at least in their top 15. And for me, it's definitely going to be my top 5 roller coasters I've ridden. It's unfortunate that it's been closed for a while because it's had to keep getting fixed. But when it's open, it definitely packs a punch and is one of the best roller coasters you will ever go on. The first drop is insane. You get a lot of airtime on the first hill, or airtime hill, and it's just, I don't know, something about El Toro just makes it one of the best roller coasters you will ever go on. The airtime is insane, the elements are insane, especially at the end when you get tossed around on those curves at the end. It's just insane. Okay, Green Lantern. So if you've been looking at the channel polls lately, I did do a poll where it was, should Six Flags remove Green Lantern? A lot of you guys said yes, and I'm not going to say my answer was totally different. Here's my answer from right when I got off Green Lantern at Six Flags. Okay, we just got off Green Lantern, and all I can say is I think they could definitely do something better here. There's a lot of head banging. I think I actually grayed out a little bit on the one element after the loop, and yeah, so I'd say it's not one of the best ones here, but I think they could definitely build a better ride here. I'm gonna put this in terrible. Not that I think it's worse than Harley Quinn, but I just don't really enjoy this ride. You know, if it's the only coaster that's there and has a short wait, then I'll go on it. But a lot of times it's a long wait. You get on it, and the seats give you a lot of head banging, and it sometimes will give you a headache, and sometimes the seats just hurt because it's a stand-up coaster, so it hurts your head, and the seat all around just is not comfortable. And Green Lantern I just don't recommend if you don't want a lot of head banging or to get like a headache. And yeah, Green Lantern, definitely one of my least favorite coasters, Six Flags Great Adventure. I think they could definitely build something a lot better there. And you know, Six Flags, the 50th anniversary of the park's coming soon. So if you want some prime real estate to build a new ride and take one of your weaker coasters away, I think there's an option there. I like the whole stand-up concept, but for the reasons I said, that's why I have it placed where it is. Jersey Devil, I'm going to put in top tier. It's a single rail coaster, and it's one of the only single rail coasters around that area of the United States. So that's going in top tier for me. The airtime on it is insane, especially on the zero-G stall. I love putting my hands up on that and getting that airtime, or hang time actually there. And that one just is a really fun coaster. The elements on that are insane. And I like the theming because the park is in New Jersey, Jersey Devil. I think it is themed really well to the Pine Barrens in New Jersey. And the theme, the elements, the single rail, it all just makes the ride a really fun ride and a really fun experience. And also, since it's right next to Nitro, you get to get off and either, if it's a short line, go back on again or head right to Nitro. Another amazing ride. The Joker, I enjoy it. A little tip with Joker that I've noticed from going to Six Flags a lot is that if you come to the park, like I'd say around noon probably, don't go on Joker. Go right toward like Nitro Jersey Devil or left toward like Quinn and El Toro, and come back to Joker around sunset, because by the time you get to Joker at sunset, all the people that have just went straight into the park and went straight to Joker now went left or right to Nitro or Quinn. So that's the best time to go on Joker if you want to take it from me, because all the people have either gone to other parts of the park. But yeah, Joker, as for the ride, it's a very fun ride. When you get spun around, there's not many coasters like that around. I mean, I know there's some clones of it, other Six Flags parks with different themes, but for this park in general and the ride model, it's a fun ride. I like how they use both sides so they can fit more guests on at a time. I think that was a really good move by Six Flags and is really innovative there in the coaster industry. The Joker, I enjoy it. I'll always go on it when I'm there at Six Flags. Quinn, no matter what, this is a top tier ride for me. Tallest roller coaster in the world, 456 feet. It's just, the launch is insane. I can't say enough about the launch. You're sitting there, arms down, head back, hold on, launch, and then the views from the top of Quinn and the Zumanjaro, the drop tower, also on the top hat of Quinn. The views are amazing. Even though you're not at the top for that long, the views you get from the top at the small amount of time you are up there are amazing. I got to go on it twice when I was at Six Flags a few weeks ago. It was a walk-on, so I was super lucky to be able to get on it twice, and I got a Quinn hat. And just that airtime hill, too, at the end. That airtime hill, you don't realize it until you look at it, like, when you're off the ride, or on the ride, too, I guess, at some points. But that airtime hill at the end is literally as big as, like, some coasters' lift hills, which is just insane to me. Like, the Statue of Liberty isn't even as tall as this thing. Quinn just top tier. Okay, Little Devil, I think a lot of you guys are going to say I haven't been on this. Well, yeah, I've been on this. I definitely have this in my coaster credits. And, you know, it's not well, okay, if you're, like, someone like me who rides all the big roller coasters, it's terrible. But for young thrill seekers, below average, I think if it's going by like thrill seeker wise, and it's going from younger kids to older kids, it would go Little Devil, Mine Train, Harley Quinn, and so on. Little Devil, me and my friends, we were just messing around, and we didn't know what to go on, so we just hopped on it for fun. And of course, I wanted to get that coaster credit. Always wanted those coaster credits. But yeah, Little Devil, always good for young thrill seekers to get on. Maybe their first roller coaster, maybe they've been on other ones. I don't know, but just good to get younger kids set up for the bigger rides. Medusa, I enjoy this ride, me personally. I love the ride model of it. I love how the station just comes out from under you. And then I love the retheme too. The retheme came out super nice. It definitely fits in with the area. Because I did think Bizarro kind of looked out of place, because you had El Toro and Kindaka there, which were kind of like Wild West, jungle theme. And I just didn't really think that fit the theme. Also, if you hear something in the background, it's raining outside right now. Actually, thunderstorming a little bit earlier. And yeah, Medusa packs a punch. Really good ride. The elements are amazing. The smoke effects and the tiny bit of theming it has throughout just makes the ride that much better. And I enjoy this. Honestly, of all the rides I haven't enjoyed right now, in the enjoy it tier right now, Medusa is probably my favorite out of all those. And yeah, Medusa, definitely recommend if you're in that area. Nitro, I think a lot of people would agree with me here. This is going to go in top tier. One of the best B&M hyper coasters out there. There were rumors this off-season about it getting rethemed to Goliath to fit in with the Jersey Devil Pine Barrens theme, but they're sticking with Nitro. They just got a new blue train in for Nitro, and the airtime you get on this ride is insane, and the elements are insane on this, and it's a classic. You know, there's the airtime hills and stuff. There's other B&M hypers, like there's Candemonium or Hershey, just a couple hours away from Six Flags. But Nitro is just a classic. Whenever you're at Six Flags, you always have to get on Nitro, and it's just a classic top tier ride for me. Nothing else to explain about it. Definitely recommend it. Okay, Runaway Mine Train. This is the only coaster at Six Flags Great Adventure that I have not been on yet. Hoping to get on it just so I can say I've been on every coaster at Six Flags. But I have seen the ride, so I know what it does. It's a family coaster. It takes you along the area of the park near El Toro. It takes you over the water, and I think it gives you a very good view and has some pretty good elements for younger kids that are just getting ready for those bigger coasters. But I think out of all the family coasters, this one is definitely the most thrilling one. And Mine Train, I'll put it in below average, but I think if there was another tier between these two here, it would go there. And I think a lot of people would enjoy it. Maybe I'll go there and I'll go on it, and for a family coaster, I'll enjoy it. But yeah, I'm going to put it in below average since that's the only one I have been on. Skull Mountain, I'm also going to put in below average. I just think the queue is themed. I like the water elements and stuff in the queue, and like the little cave you're in the ride station. I just think when you're on the ride, it could use a little more theming, because we're inside that dark building. You can still see a lot of the light coming in from outside. I know you can't do too much about that, but I think you could add some theming, maybe some more props in there, just to make it a little better. But Skull Mountain, as for the ride, it's a family coaster. The ride vehicles are actually pretty cool, and it's a pretty old ride, so I'll give it that. And when it's there, when it's a short wait, I'll always hop on it. But it's not the first coaster I'll be hopping on, as Nitro, Jersey Devil are both in that area. Superman Ultimate Flight, I enjoy this, honestly. I love the flying coaster model, and I like that they went with the Superman theme since it's a flying coaster. I think that was very suitable for this ride, and yeah, the theme came out really good for this. It was a really well executed ride. The elements are cool when you're going upside down. It just gives you a really cool feeling since you're flying, and it has a lot of different elements than a normal coaster would, since it's a flying coaster and you're laying flat. And yeah, I enjoy Superman. So yeah, guys, that's going to be all the coasters at Six Flags Great Adventure ranked by Jake here. And yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing, because that always helps out the channel. We're on the road here to 500 subscribers. Just hit 430, And yeah, guys, hope you're all having an amazing day. God bless, and I'll see y'all in the next video.